Hey guys, Foxdrop here with another commentary. I'm playing Cho'Gath jungle this game. This is one of my games. I thought Cho'Gath would be a good champion to showcase because I think he's actually really strong. Personally, I'm not a great Cho'Gath player. I'm not one of the best. I don't play him all that much, but I played him enough where I think I'm decent enough with him, and he's just a good enough champion that I don't even need to be decent enough with him because he carries me. The champion itself carries me. So I talk a bit about my runes and masteries, what I play on Cho'Gath jungle. My runes are something like attack speed reds, armor yellows, magic disc level blues, and movespeed quints. And for my masteries, I think I actually went something really odd, like 5, 21, 4, or something really odd like that, or maybe like 4, 21, 5. I basically just got the attack speed and offense. I went full defensive and then just took random points on utility. That's probably not the optimal mastery page. There's probably something better out there, but that's just what I ran with, and it made sense to me at the time, and it seems to work. So, and now talking a little bit about Cho'Gath in general, why he's really good is because he's got his sustain from his passive, which actually got nerfed in the recent patch, is really good. I mean, you get health back depending on how many creeps you kill. So for something like Wraith Camp, which has 1 mediocre creep and 3 really easy ones, you gain so much life and mana back from that. So jungling, your passive is really good for it. And Cho'Gath in general, he's just got everything really. I mean, he's really efficient in the jungle with his Vorpal spikes. He can gank very well with his Q, which is also very good just for CC in general for like team fights. Silence is a really good CC and a nice nuke. His Feast is an awesome nuke. He's just, he's really tanky. He's just got everything. Cho'Gath has everything. Now, notice right here, we're now at 2 minutes 1, 2 minutes 2, 2, 3. And look where I'm positioning when I'm actually jungling. Like, I position myself so that my Vorpal spikes are hitting every single creep. That way I'm clearing with the most efficiency. I'm clearing as fast as I can, making sure that E is going on to every creep. Now, in regards to what you should actually max when you're playing Cho'Gath, this is something I kind of struggle with. It's something I'm not sure with. I think you can max you can probably max anything, to be perfectly honest. Your Q does the most damage, but it's harder to land as far as like a PvP thing is concerned. Your W is what I think I get like 2 points in my E, and then I max my W or something like that, and then I finish off my Q and then finally get my E. Just because I think for me, E is just for clearing camps and just like jungle speed. It's really good as well. It's like a basic attack tool, but plus 10 damage on each basic attack. I don't know. I'd rather have like increased CC or damage or something like that. Now with the route which I wanted to run on Cho'Gath here is that I've started blue, worked my way down to race and red, and then I'm working my way back up to wolves here. Sorry, I need to change the fog of war. Oopsie daisy. Bloody hell, it's bad. Okay, cool. So yeah, I've just done wolves, and so now I'm going up to Singe because I think Singe is he's pushed up really far. Elise is really easy to gank for with her stun, and Singe is just easy to gank in general, and he's run right into me here, so this guy should be really dead. Now Elise should get this kill. Yeah, I let her get the kill. I'm running away from Singe just so that Elise can get that kill. Because it's going to help her snowball the lane better than I'm going to snowball in the jungle. As far as my role goes, I'm kind of going to be a tank this game, so you can carry with Cho'Gath. Okay, stood outside the bush because I'm cool. You can carry with Cho'Gath, but there's nothing wrong with donating your kills into the laners so they can snowball, especially someone like Elise, who's a very aggressive laner. Like, she can deny and she can just endlessly harass. She's a really pain to play against. But so getting her fed is really good. Now I went for that mid gank there just because Nidalee was in a bit of trouble, getting pushed to her tower. There wasn't really anything going, but I thought I'd show my face, create a bit of pressure, just because that's always good. You don't have to necessarily succeed or achieve anything, as long as you're showing your face, keeping up jungle pressure, then that's always good. It's when you don't have jungle pressure, when people aren't afraid of you because you're just not doing anything. That's when it starts to go pretty bad. And I note as well that I'm using my smite pretty much whenever I can, as long as I don't need to save it for anything, so I may as well just use it all the time. That's going to help me clear faster as well. Mumu's just ganked mid, and it looks like he's going to run down. Yeah, so I'm pinging I'm pinging here and bot saying Amumu's on his way down. So we'll see if he does this. Yeah, he's just decided to show. So I'm spam pinging bot to come up. We'll see if they react. It might be a bit too late. He could be there. He's there. He's not going to achieve anything though, I don't think. And if we turn this around, this could be really good. So I flash Q, but okay, this was like bad by Amumu. He like tried to juke my Q too hard. Like he was like, oh, you know, he didn't want to run into my Q, so he like he stayed back. But by doing that, he just, you know, it was as bad as getting hit by the CC, because that's how far back he put himself. I mean, it was kind of dumb. He still got his flash up, so he should have just flashed my Q. I mean, I used my flash to even get the Q in that range, just aggressively using abilities to, you know, try to get advantages. And so he played that pretty poorly. Now, as far as the item builds go for Cho'Gath, I've just went back and bought my Spirit Stone. Yeah, Spirit Stone, that's what it's called. Yep. I'm thinking on Cho'Gath that my build should probably consist of something like, you know, the health regen and mana regen is pretty good. Cho'Gath used to go double gold per 10 on back in Season 2, but of course I removed Heart of Gold and they've made Philosopher's Stone, to be honest, it's pretty crappy. At least Spirit Stone is basically a Philosopher's Stone, but without the gold per 10 and with more stats. This at least is getting very caught. Well, there's no way to save her, so I mean, if that had just been like 2 people or something like that, then I could have gone and helped her. But I mean, there was no point. And now I'm looking at the time, it's 6:50, which means that this blue should be spawning at about 7:10, 7:15, 7:20. And Cat did actually just, okay, she was going to go back, but Nid hit her with a spear. Now, if this was Season 2 jungle, this is kind of where I'm making a mistake. In Season 2 jungle, this blue would probably be up like right now, because it dies a lot. It tended to die a lot faster in Season 2 than it did in Season 3, but the fact that we're now at 7:20 and this is still has not spawned, I mean, I've kind of wasted a bit of time and now Mumu's here. It's just kind of very sloppy. So I don't really know what's going to happen out of this. Bot is fighting actually, so it would be best if I went and did that. Although my pathing is kind of trolling me at the moment. I presume I'm just clicking on the mini-map or something. And now we'll see if I can get any kills out of this. Like I say, Cho'Gath is a really good ganker with her Q, but it's unreliable. And now I'm positioning myself between Vayne and the tower as much as I can, because I don't want her to E me back. If I'm positioning between the tower and her, then she can't, you know, safely condemn me. And now we might be able to pick up a Mumu here as well. He's got his flash up. So we'll probably just flash over this wall and survive, yeah. Can't really get him there. Now Sona's back. So that was good. We blew a Mumu's flash, which was cool. But that Vayne as well, she suffered from the same thing that a Mumu did, which was she was trying to juke my Q way too much. Whenever you have, it's like when Blitzcrank, people try to juke Blitzcrank pulls, and they just like end up, by juking, they lose so much ground that they just kind of like, they're close enough for Blitz to run up to them and power fist them or something like that. And the closer you are to someone, the easier it is to hit skill shot. So bear that in mind. Don't try to over juke things. Now I'm level 6. I'm kind of like a decent way through. I'm not overly far behind. I'm not ahead by any means, but I've done quite a lot this game. I've already got a kill and 2 assists. And yeah, I've just been, you know, I've been doing quite a lot, you know, even if like with what happened at blue, it was just because I was trying to make a play over at this blue, even though I couldn't get blue, but I mean, it then meant that I had made a play onto bot, and the fact that I made a play onto bot means that we then blew a Mumu's flash, so we'll see in future whether a Mumu would survive with his flash or something like that. And now will be a perfect opportunity for me to lane gank, especially seeing as a Mumu's coming for the gank. So I can now appear, and this guy probably won't get an assist on seems though. No, I won't, but I created that kill right there. Just by showing up. I didn't have to do anything, but because I was there, I just created that kill, which was really good for us. And now, when you get 6, you should start like stacking your feast stacks, which is something I'm not doing. I should be doing a bit more. And to be honest, I probably can't really gank this cat, but I'm just kind of like a bit too wary of cat arenas in general, because they can snowball really hard, and so it can be really, like, if they get out of control, then it can be really bad for us. I'm right here. Okay, she had a ward. That was kind of, yeah. It's difficult. Obviously I couldn't have known she had a ward there, but I mean, it's just going to be way too hard to gank that cat. I mean, I've got so much CC for her, which is partially why I picked Cho'Gath, because I saw they picked Cat Arena. And Cho'Gath with his Q, with his W, is really good at, AoE CC just owns people like Cat. It's the same with Blitzcrank. If he can just punch her or fire on her or something like that, and just destroy her ulti. Now, I still don't have any feast stacks, and I should probably be using it on this red buff. Okay, I am, just like that. I mean, that's how quickly Cho'Gath can clear things out, which is why he can be a really, really strong counter jungler. Because imagine if that was a Mumu's red buff, I would have just run up to it, basic attacked it, smited it, basic attacked it, and ate it, and that's like 2 seconds. And I've taken away a buff. I mean, it's really good. And nearly just died mid. And I could have, like, gone bot, tried a lane gank or something, but I just want to try and defend this tower. But now they're going over down to bot, so our bot needs to be really careful, and they need to fall back. And it looks like they're paying attention, so they are running away, which is awesome. And now I could be in trouble, though, because they could just be coming up for me, but I'm not really afraid of that. But Singe has just been spotted on this trap, and I react way too slow here. I'm not really scared of Singe, and I don't really think it through that they could get me. And I dodge a Mumu's bandage toss, and I managed to CC Cat enough that Nidalee should get this kill. Hopefully, yeah. And if she hadn't turned around just then, and there, she could have probably got more kill out of that. So, that was probably worth it, in all honesty. I would say that was worth it, but it was kind of like a bad play, to be honest. But I mean, and I kind of suffered from the same, like, over-juking thing as well. I dodged Amumu's Q, which was good, but I kind of dodged it too hard, in that I just kind of ran too close to Singe, who just flung me, and that's why I died. But it worked out, so there's no need to dwell on it like that. I mean, it wasn't too bad a decision. What have I bought here? I've got a Sightstone. This is like what I was saying. My role is I'm just going to be a tank. I'm not going to carry this game. We have enough damage on our team. So if I'm just a really beefy front line, then I can just be like this kind of supporty tanky thing. And this Sightstone item is really, really good on on junglers in general. I mean, 2 wards this one gives, and then the Ruby Sightstone gives you 3 wards. It's just really, really good, basically. I really like this item on a lot of junglers, especially, like I say, the tanky ones, the less carry role junglers. Like, if I were playing Nocturne, I probably wouldn't buy it. But if I were playing Lee Sin, I would buy it. I always buy it, even though they're both carry junglers. But Lee Sin, obviously, just get it because of his W. And now, bot was just fighting here, and I recognised that, and so I think I've got a pink ward. Like, this is something I do in a lot of my games. I buy a pink ward at this kind of time if I think we'll be able to do drag. I bought this pink ward, and now we can do drag for free, because even though no one got a kill bot, they were low enough so that they can't actually help us. And so we get this drag for free. Now we have to time this drag. I don't know when it died, but it should be up in about 1835 roughly. Now we could get a kill on a Mumu, but he just flashed across. Both Ez and the Mumu flashed. The later the game goes on, I think the more valuable a Mumu's flash becomes, because he can flash engage, and now see, I figured that a Mumu might try go this way, and so I just eat him, I just kill him. As a bit of smart thinking, like trying to thinking from a Mumu's point of view. To be honest, I probably thought that he would just recall, but I thought it may as well go here anyway. And I did, I got away with it, and I actually went out the bush, and he should have seen me. Which was my mistake, but he didn't see me, and that kind of like just highlighted what should have happened if I hadn't made the mistake of running out of the bush. So if I had just played it smart, just sat in that bush, that's what would have happened. But at the end of the day, we both made misplays there, and I'm the one who came out on top of it, which is fortunate for me. But like I say, just smart, just thinking things through, and now donating buffs across the Nidalee. We both actually have blue buffs. I don't know how long hers has got left. Oh, it just expired. Okay, cool. But I got the blue off of a Mumu, and Cho'Gath with blue buff is really good. Really strong. Now, I want to talk a bit about like Cho'Gath's kind of not really his roles, but like his early jungling in the sense of like what you think you want to do, like whether you want to farm or gank, what you should be donating your time across over to. It got rain at least. It's like Cho'Gath can really fill any kind of role. Like he can gank, he can just farm, whatever. But the only issue with Cho'Gath's like ganking is that it's a very unreliable. Like it's his Q, but silence as well is underrated. But early on, especially, you know, you've got to hit your Q. If you hit your Q, then ganks are going to be successful, especially if your laners have CC to follow it up with. If you want to play that role, it all comes down to that. Some games it works, some games it doesn't. The better you are with Cho'Gath, the more you play him, the more it will work, the more you get used to him, and you'll be able to predict movements and kind of see where people are actually going. You know, when they try to duke you, you'll be able to see if they, you know, you get a feel of when people are trying to duke you and when they're not. But if you're kind of like not very confident with your ability to kind of hit your Q or to gank in general, then there's nothing wrong with farming and just filling that role instead, and then just becoming a force in team fights. And when I went back just now, I bought this Spirit of the Ancient Golem, which I think is a really, really good item. I mean, it's just awesome. It's like lots of health, lots of armor, regen, and then the tenacity and, you know, just a bit of extra damage in the jungle. It's a really good item. I think this is just going to help me get tanky and beefier in this, like, you know, early mid game. I mean, we are 16 minutes in, which means we are pretty early, still early on. So for me to have 2.5k health is pretty impressive. 16 minutes in, it's pretty decent. I do need some magic resist though, because like Armour is only going to go so far against this team because they have magic damage, Amumu, magic damage, Singe, magic damage, Katarina, and even Vayne. I think a lot of her damage is going to be from her W onto me because I have quite a lot of health. So this is why like I'm not buying like a Thornmail or like a Randuin's, even though Randuin's would be okay for Vayne for the attack speed slow. Like this, the reason this item is good, I mean, armor is always good. It's 30 armor. It's not like I've got a huge gold sink into armor which is wasted. It's just 30 armor but a lot of health, and health is just very good early to make you tanky. Now I'm actually kind of counter ganking this bot here. But I got there a bit too slow because of the route I ran trying to ward, and now we'll see. Alright, I put my, I completely missed my Q because I tried to put it on everyone, and instead I hit no one. I used to do this in Counter-Strike all the time when you're aiming at 2 people. If you're aiming at 2 people, I always used to put my crosshair in between the middle of them, and I'd hit neither of them and I'd die. I'm right here again. Amumu tried to like duke my Q, tried to dodge my Q, and ended up just running into me. And right here I'm just getting very greedy and it almost pays off, but yeah, don't get greedy, Dan, don't bother. Now, this is like a really interesting tip. When you're playing Cho'Gath, if you want a bit of a heal, just smite a creep. If you're fighting and your smite is up and there are minions around you, just smite something to kill it because it'll proc your passive and you'll get like a, I don't know, like a 40 health heal, which it's not a lot, but I mean it is a lot, like it's enough. It's a decent heal, really. 40 health is like, it's more than the veteran scars give you. It's just, you know, it's every little helps as well when you're fighting. Now that I've just gone back here, and we'll see what I've bought. I bought this Emblem of Valor, so I've got more armor, which is probably a bit of a mistake here. I should probably just be getting an 8, well, I am building an Aegis, but I should probably be getting magic resist. I have 57 MR, which is not a lot at all, really, considering how much magic damage they have. Considering Cat has this Abyssal Scepter as well, which means all of their magic damage is amplified onto me. And just her pen as well, all of her penetration together is like, including Runes Masteries, and like, it's probably like 75 maybe. I mean, that's just, it shreds all of my MR, so she's going to be doing a lot of damage to me. And right now I bought another pink orb, because if Dragon spawns, we'll be able to take that away really quickly. Now my stacks, I'm currently sitting at 4 stacks. I think the max is 6 stacks. Yeah, 6 stacks. And right now, if we catch this Amumu out, okay, we don't because it goes over to drag, but we can still do drag here because we are stronger than them. 4 on 4, regardless of Elise or Singe, because they're both top. We don't need Elise or Singe, but we're just stronger than them. That's pretty much all there is to it. pretty much just because I'm really strong right now. This Amumu is kind of strong. Well, this Amumu is not strong. All he's got is his ult, and he's got Hexer Revolver. I don't know why. But this is kind of just a smart play by me, where I'm looping around behind him trying to catch him off. And that's exactly what we do. He doesn't realise I'm in this bush. I almost missed my Q. But, yeah. I mean, just because of that random, like, smart play just going around behind him, that's just me trying to force an issue, trying to force a fight, because I know we're stronger. If we just take the fight, take the opportunity, I knew we'd win, so I was just trying to play aggressive to get it. And we just caught Amumu off. And what that did was, you know, just gave us this dragon for free, which is really good. I mean, it's plays like this which are just going to snowball the game in our favour. And now, this is cool. I was going to go do Wraiths, but I see that bot's fighting, so now I'm going to go bot and help them, but bot has just destroyed them, and then Ezreal's just flashed this corpse. I'm sure flashing a corpse is pretty illegal in most countries, but whatever, I won't rate him out. And now I've decided to push this tower, which is this is actually kind of like, it's good because we've got an advantage, so let's just take towers. We've already got mid and top tier 1 towers, so let's just take this bot tower. They probably didn't even need me to do this, so, you know, in hindsight, I would have been fine just farming, but there's nothing wrong with trying to make these plays, make these, like, you know, just trying to make things happen. You know, the worst thing, a lot of people, when they'll, like, lose games or something, they'll say, like, well, I feel like I'm better than everyone here, or like, I didn't play bad, but I didn't win, my teammates suck, or something like that. A lot of the time when people say that, it's because you can kind of attribute down, you didn't play bad, but you didn't have any impact in, like, you know, you didn't do anything to help your team win. You may not have done anything to help your team lose necessarily, but if you're not, you know, trying to create opportunities, trying to finish the game, you know, if you're not doing those kind of things, then it can actually be easy to say, you know, understandable if you think, like, if you do lose, because although you're thinking you're playing well, you're not actually creating enough opportunities to win the game. And now right here, catching people off like this is really where the game's going to end, where we're just going to, you know, completely own them, and, like, start snowballing these games. When I've been doing replays recently, something which I notice more on, like, as a spectator rather than actually playing, but you don't, it's like games will kind of tilting in one direction. Like, this game is like in our direction. Or, okay, I'll talk about this a bit later, because it looks like we're setting up for Baron. We've got those 2 kills. Instead of pushing, we're going to do Baron, which is pretty smart playing. Because I've got this Sightstone, or Ruby Sightstone, sorry, I'm able to completely ward out this Baron, so we know exactly when they're coming. I don't actually think I've got my, okay, I've got Smite and Feast up, but I'm really weak, I'm really low health. Elise lands a really good stun, which I follow up instantly with my Q. But I'm really low health right here, we're all really low, and Nidalee was too busy, like, chasing people, so we're gonna try and take this out by all of us just sharing the damage. I smite it at long range and I eat it, and we all get away with our lives. That's kind of, you know, teamwork. That was all teamwork. Honor for all. But like I was saying, sorry, before, shit, what was I saying? Oh man, no, don't do this to me. I was talking about making advantages or something, you know, I was spewing that malarkey, talking about snowballing, advantages. Yes, I remember what I was talking about. Right, my apologies. It was, as a spectator, you notice the flow of the game is, like, not necessarily very, like, dominant. Like, right here I've just bought an Aegis, which is something I really needed against all their AP, sorry. And another pink ward. I'm not quite sure why I bought that pink ward, but whatever, why not. The flow of the game will kind of be tilting like slightly in one team's favour, and then, like, people will just die, and then it just, like, the game ends in like 5 minutes, or like someone will die and you'll push down 2 towers and then in here, you know, games are like, it's like, oh well, this team's probably winning, and then suddenly bam, this team's won. And that happens a lot, and that's exactly what's happened in this game again, where we caught those 2 people out. And as I was saying, like, yeah, this is when we create opportunities. This is when games start, you know, getting screwed over. We caught 2 people off and we took Baron. And looking at the replay timer left, that's pretty much GG for this game, I think. Sorry for spoiling it for you guys. But this this is something I want to mention just really briefly. I hate to jump on the bandwagon, but I mean, this Baron parkour is trash. It's awful. I can't even see it myself. I'm too big and I can't see it. It's just, you know, I don't know. It just feels really underwhelming. But I'm sure Riot will change it. Change it shortly. They've been getting enough hate about it. I'm really big right now. Like literally, I'm huge. 417 though is a pretty good like tank score. I was like 412 or something, which kind of goes to show like in the early games, whatever jungler you're playing, you just have quite a lot of impact. And then like as the rest of the game goes on, oh no, I almost got it. I almost got the kill, but I didn't. That's a shame. That's a real shame. But yeah, I'm just kind of, oh there you go, I nom sins instead, that makes up for it. I'm just kind of like feeling my role right here, just where I won, you know, I made enough plays, I got my kills early, and now I'm just, you know, being the force for my team to win the game. And my resists are actually kind of low at the moment, like 150 and 104, but I mean I've got the Aegis which helps the whole team, and I've got a lot of health, 3.5k health. Like that ratio between resists and health is like really skewed towards health. I have a lot of health compared to how much resists I have. Which is, I'm not going to say it's bad or anything, but early on, you know, having a lot of health is really good, and you can see just how unstoppable and how tanky I am. The only time I got low in this game, apart from the time I died, was like to Baron. So, and that's pretty much the end of the game, like I said before, when people were just getting caught out, just dying, and then, yeah, look at that, those Vayne's W's destroying me, and that looks like it's the end of the game. That's all there is to it. Victory, there we go. Well, I hope you enjoyed this Cho'Gath commentary. This was a, I don't know, I think it was a pretty good game actually. You guys can take stuff away from it. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Let me know what you thought, and any improvements, feedback, all that stuff. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.